It's easy to get nice and quiet when you're in a peaceful space. It's a whole nother story when you're in the middle of a bunch of noise and commotion. So how do you maintain your inner peace and quiet when you're out in the real world? That's what we're going to take a look at today. Coming up. Welcome to the Power of Quiet, where we show you how when you let go of looking for your happiness out there in the world, that you find it's been inside of you all along, including all of the abundance, all the power, all the success that you've been looking for. It's right inside of you right now. And what we do on this channel is show you step by step how to uncover this and demonstrate it in your life. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification, because we regularly drop new videos here that guide you step by step to uncovering your inner greatness. Now, a lot of us are in some sort of practice of quieting our mind. We do it through yoga, meditation, we do it through painting, expressing ourselves in artistic ways, and through other spiritual practices. There's lots of ways to get to this end result that we're all looking for, which is quieting the mind. Now, a lot of us, we find it easy to get nice and quiet when we are in a peaceful, harmonious space. But it's a whole nother story to stay quiet, let alone get quiet, when we're out in the middle of the world and all the commotion and pushing and shoving that goes on. And here's the thing. In our work, in everything that we are truly interested in here on each of our paths, is we're looking for a sense of being a master over our mind, being a master in life, and stepping up and being a master, like has been demonstrated time and again by these individuals: Christ, Buddha, Yogananda, Ramana Maharshi, Lester, Eckhart Tolle, just to name a few. And we have these examples and we say, wow, I want to be like them. Now, if we go out into the world and we cannot get quiet, then what sort of mastery are we demonstrating? Because any of these masters that I mentioned, would they have any problem with being peaceful and happy and quiet, no matter what's going on around them? Even if they were in the middle of a war, they wouldn't be fazed the slightest, right? And we shouldn't either. What can we do about that? Well, let's do a very simple and direct exercise here to not only show us how we can just easily quiet our mind, but actually use this as a way of stepping up into a higher mastery, because we're going to be tackling something that's very, very deep here. Our want to be separate. This is something that is like the bottom line, like the first program that goes in, where we separate ourselves from the oneness, from the all. And it's this wanting to be separate that shows up when we go out into the world and we are accosted and confronted by all this noise and commotion and negativity. All right? And who's doing that? That wanting to be separate. We are. And now, when we get charged, when we get triggered and find it difficult to stay open, to get quiet in the world, then it's an opportunity for us to make a decision and move up by letting go of that wanting to be separate. All right? So just think about a situation that challenges you, really challenges you. Maybe it's dealing with a hostile person. Maybe it's being in the middle of an obnoxious crowd, drunken people. All right? You can just think about a situation that you're in that you're like, get me out of here. All right, so you got something in mind? And maybe you don't have to think too hard. Maybe you're in the middle of something right now. And notice that wanting things to be different. You're wanting it to be quieter. You're wanting some sort of noise and commotion to go away. And what you're wanting is to be separate from that noise. Now right now, notice, does it feel good to want to be separate? Notice that feeling of wanting to be separate. It's not such a great feeling. It's kind of harsh, closed off, disconnected. It's always like a pushy feeling. There's a feeling of resistance with it. And all of that feeling is generated by that desire, that wanting to be separate, which is your choice. Now, if it's your choice, would you choose to hang around with a feeling that's not so great? Or would you be willing to move up into a higher energy, to move up into an energy of love? Which do you prefer? All right, well, I'm assuming that you're preferring to be positive, that you're preferring to move towards love. So right now, can you just decide to let go of that wanting to be separate from the noise? And could you let go of wanting to be separate from the noise even more? And could you let go of wanting to be separate from it even more? And could you let go of wanting to be separate from the noise even more? And even more. And could you let go of wanting to control the noise? Could you let go of wanting it to go away? And could you let that go a little bit more? And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And just notice how you feel. Notice if you feel a little bit lighter now. Now this lighter feeling, what this is demonstrating is that wanting to be separate was creating a block, a hostile attitude to now. And in your mind, you're wanting to get out of now into another moment. Someplace that's different, someplace that's quieter, more peaceful, something that you feel more comfortable in. And notice, first of all, how futile that is. That you can't change the noise. The more you try to change it, the more aggravated you get, the more noisier it often gets too. You just escalate the situation the more you want to change it. And also notice that you're not coming from a position of imperturbability, of being a master who is genuinely okay with anything, that has only loving feelings for everything. And see, you're completely missing out. And it's been your decision all along. And when you make that decision, notice, you just feel that love come out. And that's that lighter feeling you're experiencing now. So now, can you let go completely of separating yourself, wanting to be separate from the noise? And could you let that go even more? And even more. And even more. Now, what is the opposite of separation? Oneness. And this is something that we hear a lot about from these various masters and lots of teachings, the concept of oneness. But how much are we experiencing oneness? And what is oneness? Oneness is oneness. That means you are part of everything, which means that you are also part of the noise. And what if that noise is just coming out of you? What if you're creating the noise? I mean, just what if? I know sometimes this might sound like a far-fetched idea, but just what if? Now, the noise that's around you, or the noise that you imagine in some unpleasant, noisy experience, now, could you allow yourself to be one with the noise? Just be one with it. Can you surrender to the noise? In other words, move towards it. And could you be one with it even more? And could you be one with it even more? And just be the noise. Let the noise take you wherever it's going. Just surrender to it. Jump in, like you jump into a gentle stream and you just let it take you gently down wherever it's going. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream, right? Just jump in. Let that noise take you wherever it's going. Let go of resisting it. And be one with it. And notice how that feels. Now right away, notice when you surrender, often the noise just quiets down externally. So maybe that means that it was all internal. And notice how you feel. Doesn't this feel more harmonious and loving? And this is something that you can dive into, explore even more, and get some amazing realizations about who you are. And that everything is coming out of you. All the noise, everything is your creation. So could you surrender to the noise even more now? And even more. And even more. Now see if there's any problem with it. See if there's any problem at all. None, right? And now you're starting to experience firsthand where Master is coming from. It's completely imperturbable. And that is on top, no matter what is going on. Right? So this is something that I encourage you to practice regularly. Just surrendering to the noise. I've had some amazing experiences with this. I was returning from a 7-day retreat and I'd let go of so much. I was so peaceful and so positive. And we were driving back to the airport. This is a whole van of us, like 8 of us in a van. And somebody wanted to play some music, so they turned on the radio. And it was just all this emotional music with highs and lows and ups and downs. And I thought, oh, don't turn that on. I don't want to listen to that. I'm in such a quiet, peaceful state. But I thought, well, why do I have to let that get me down? And I just started to surrender to the music. And I became the music. And I just rode it like a wave and had the most amazing experience. And this is something that can show you firsthand how your happiness is your decision. And your empowerment, your success, likewise, is your decision moment by moment. And it always starts with the decision to let go of wanting to be separate and move towards love. So practice this and let me know what you experience in the comments below. Love to hear from you. So drop me a comment and remember to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.